Many mobile carriers are pushing their 5G home internet services pretty hard these days. I've been using mine for a while now. I was skeptical at first since I need reliable, fast internet at home and working with a lot of large video files. I can't have my internet connection slow down my work. So here's a quick performance test to show you how it's been working for me and if it's good enough to use as a primary internet for your home. For those who care about benchmarks, here's how the speed test is looking. About 300 megabits down and around 15 to 20 megabits up. I'll show you a few real-world tests in a minute to help understand how fast this internet actually is. But if you're familiar with bandwidth numbers, this is really all you need to know. Downloads are pretty fast, uploads can be slow with larger files, but overall it's not too bad. The biggest thing I want to mention up front is no data caps. My previous connection from an internet service provider was super expensive because I would have to pay extra for unlimited internet, which seriously is the most ridiculous thing ever, limiting our hardline internet connections. With my 5G home internet, there are no data caps, and I'm constantly using around 2 to 3 terabytes of data per month and don't have to pay a penny more because I'm a heavy user. Also, this is obvious, but I'll say it anyway. The speed you get depends on your location. Now let's run a couple of tests. If you're using a streaming service to watch movies and shows, everything is instant, so you don't need to wait for anything to download. But I wanted to see how long it would take to download a full-length feature film. I'm speeding up the process here to save you some time, but I timed this download and it took just under 6 minutes to download this movie in HD quality. I work with a lot of large video files, so next I'll download a couple of high-quality sample clips from Red cameras. These are 6K and 8K resolution and about as heavy as raw video files can get, so it's a good stress test for someone who needs to download large files. This file, for example, is 6K video at 80 frames per second and a total of 758 megabytes. Anything like this downloads relatively fast, and if I'm downloading a larger batch of footage like this, it'll complete in the background with no issues. So that took about 22 seconds. And while we're here, I'll download another, something bigger this time. Here's a good one. 1.64 gigabytes, and this is 8K video footage. It's moving pretty quickly, just like the previous one, and it'll be about 45 seconds to download this, which sounds about right since it's approximately twice as big as our previous clip. Downloading with this 5G connection has never been an issue, and I've done some overnight file transfers where I download hundreds of gigabytes of videos for a project I'm working on. It can't compete with fiber connections, but compared to my old connection, I'm getting twice the speed for half the price and no data caps. So downloads are really not an issue, regardless of what you do. But one thing that's always a bit of a struggle is uploading. Some people might not need to upload much, but again, working with video files, unfortunately, I don't just download content, I also need to upload it. And even with this 5G connection, uploading is way slower than downloading. I'll use that first video clip we downloaded as a test, and I'll upload it on Dropbox. This will take a bit longer, so again, I'll save you some time and hit the fast forward button here. I timed this one as well, and it took about 4 minutes and 40 seconds to upload 758 megabytes. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not super fast either for someone who deals with large files and has to share them a lot. I would say 5G home internet is great and a massive improvement over traditional internet connections, as long as you live in a place where you're getting decent coverage. The great thing about this is that you can just pack up the little 5G box and take it anywhere you go. If you struggle with data caps, 5G with unlimited data is a huge upgrade. Uploads will still be somewhat slow with larger files, But unless you have access to a cheap fiber connection, 5G will provide the most bang for your buck in most cases. Let us know what kind of connection you're rocking and whether you're happy with it or not. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to tickle that subscribe button below. He really likes it.